You're watching CBS 5. Now, Eyewitness News.
Good morning, I'm Anna Angelo.
And I'm Manny Ramos, filling in for Bill Schechner. It's 7 a.m. on this Saturday morning, the 25th of September. Are you thinking about starting your own business? What, and give up show business? Stick around. Our career expert has some advice you'll want to hear first.
You want to hear my story about the flower shop I want to open? Well, start your own business, be your own boss, work your own hours, keep a share of the revenue. It sounds so inviting, but not so fast. There are some serious pitfalls to owning a company. Just ask anybody who owns a company. CBS 5 career expert Dr. Ketchum is here with some advice. Not as easy as it looks is what you're going to tell us, right?
No, and good morning. You know, the dream of having your own business and being your own boss is American as mom and apple pie. And the internet makes it easier than ever these days to go out on your own and start a business. However, according to the Small Business Administration, up to 50% of new businesses fail in the first year, and up to 95% fail within the first 5 years. And those are sobering facts.
Okay, that would be enough to deter most people, but how should we realistically make a decision whether or not we want to take our brilliant idea and turn it into a business?
Well, there are good reasons and there are not so good reasons for starting a business, and that's really the first thing that you want to clarify. Why do I want to start a business and run it for myself? So let me give you 3 good reasons to run your own business, start your own business. One is that you've had a burning desire to run your own business throughout your life. A second would be that you have a great idea for a product or service. And third would be that you have a strong need to make your living doing what you love. Now, those are 3 good reasons. There are lots of others, but we can take those to start. Now, let's talk about 3 not so good reasons to start your own business. Number 1 would be to get rich, meaning to get rich quick. That's not going to happen. Number 2, to be your own boss, meaning that you don't have to answer to anybody else. In other words, you're going to be your own boss, and I'm going to tell you, you're going to be the hardest boss that you've ever worked for. So that's not going to work out the way you hope. And number 3, the bad reason for starting your own business is to get away from a bad boss or a bad business situation. In other words, to flee out of a bad situation.
And if you think you don't like your hours now, just wait till you own a business, right? They get longer.
That's exactly right.
Okay, so how do you, if you decide, okay, my top 3 reasons for wanting to get into business are stronger than the negatives.
Right.
How do you start?
Okay, well, let's talk about 5 action steps that people can do. Number 1 is you want to ensure that you have what it takes to succeed. In other words, do you have the character? Do you have the skills, and do you have the experience to make a go of it? We've got a couple of entrepreneur tests in the references that folks can go to on the website and look at to see how entrepreneurial are you. That's number 1. Number 2, you do your research, and interestingly, the Small Business Administration has a fantastic website. It's a government website, but it's got tons and tons of information. So if you're thinking about this, that should be your absolute very first stop. Number 3, think about starting a business on the side. You know, you can set up a storefront on eBay like that and start selling things. So you may want to keep your job, start on the side, you know, get your toe in the water and see how that works out. Number 4, you want to think about getting a partner. You know what they say, 2 heads are better than 1. However, too many cooks spoil the broth. So that if you get a partner, you want to make sure you have a very strong partnership agreement that's written down. And number 5, you want to make sure that you have the resources to survive while you get this business going, because it's not going to throw off much cash, and what cash it does throw off, you're going to have to put back into the business.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's say you try it or you just test the waters and you think, shoot, it's just not going to work. I'm going to keep my day job.
Yeah.
Is there any value to that?
Oh, sure, absolutely. You know, you may find, a lot of people find too, that the idea, and I think we all dream about this, you know, God, I'd love to be my own boss, particularly when you have a bad day with the boss. You know, the idea or the fantasy of running your own business may be much more appealing than the actual reality. So if you're kind of thinking about it, going through this exercise will tell you how realistic is this for me, and it will tell you where you need to put your energy, which is back on succeeding on your job. And finally, you don't want to fall prey to any of these get-rich quick schemes of stuffing envelopes at home. What is that? I mean, you know, I see those signs. However, I do have a slightly used bridge that I'd love to sell you, Ann. I think it'd be a nice little business for you. Tolls every day. What do you think?
Entrepreneurial spirit is alive and well here. Thank you very much. Dr. Ketchum, and also, so the information is available on CBS5.com?
Right, CBS5.com, news, weekend early edition, career advice, or our website, talentplan.com. Dr. Greg.
All right, Dr. Greg, thanks much. Manny?